It's not a problem. Okay, where the corresponding. Yeah, you have to do some self-join lookup here. So, for example, do I? Let me see if I have that table. Okay, let me just see. It has to be made a comment. In this, which table has that information? Account details. Is this the? Are these the questions? Which question? 5 is not here. So let's try to do this. Select want the account number. Okay, savings account number. Okay, from bank number. Okay, I will just do inner join this bank number, right? So, in this table, what are they asking us? They want the savings account number whose corresponding add-on credit card transaction has happened more than once. Okay, so let's take this this guy, customer ID 001. Does this guy have any other credit card or something? No, right? So this guy is not the answer. Let's go to 12002. This guy also does not have anything. 4 also does not have anything. 5 also does not have. 6. So yes, there is actually no one who has done more than once. 002 you are not supposed to get, right? This guy does not have any credit card at all. Lose this information. So you have to first find out for each customer ID, group by customer ID. So for each customer ID, we need to find the count of. Let's take for example, what are we counting? If account type is credit card, then let me count the account. Let me also do one count of what is it? Add-on credit card, right? I don't know how it is spelled, so let me just run one table and check this. So it's called add-on. So let me just copy this. It's called as add-on credit card. Count of this is the count of credit cards. This is the count of add-on credit cards. So according to the question, both the count should be more than one. So there is no customer that matches this answer. But let's say that let's say I modify this question saying at least once. So let's see. So what answer should we get? Who has done both credit card as well as add-on credit card transaction at least once. So how do I filter that information now? Now I have that information, right? So let's call this as count of. So how do I further filter this? So this is the display the savings account number they are asking. They don't want the customer ID. So for example, like we did yesterday. So I will write having this count of credit card greater than or equal to 1 and count of add-on credit card greater than or equal to 1. So then I will end up with only this guy. Now I know how to save this guy, right? So what I can do is, so imagine that this entire query gives me only the customer who has made one transaction for credit card, at least one transaction for credit card and one transaction for add-on credit card, right? So that query I've got. So from this I can get the customers as a, I have to save this as a CTE. Okay, fine. Let's save this as a CTE. CTE1 as, let's save this query. So now I know the customer ID, right? Now all I need to do is select what? Account number, right? Account number from which table? Bank account details ID from CTE1. Okay, so I will get this guy's customer ID and savings account number. Okay, so you want one count. I just modified the question. So if you want to change this, if you make this greater than 1, you will not get any answer. That is all. Okay, so I did not explain this fully, but if you want, I'll just paste this in R for sure. Yes. Question 4 you want? Question 4, calculate the bank account interest with respect to recurring deposit for any deposit. Calculate the bank accrued interest with respect to recurring deposit. So recurring deposit means okay, fine. So this I will explain to everybody. I don't want to start doing transaction, right? Yes. So this is the table that has our information. Where is the account transaction is here, right? So they're asking us recurring deposit. So how do I find recurring deposit here? Is there any other table? Is sufficient, right? So where is the question? Yes. So bank account details. Okay. So in this table, so let's say that this guy has I don't know how much money is this, 70 lakh, 7 lakh, no, 70 lakh 25,000. This guy has put in recurring deposit transaction. Okay. Bank account transaction. Okay, this is the transaction date. And bank account detail. Okay, let's take this guy 9977, right? Okay, that is the balance, account balance. So 9977. Okay, fine. So I got this. So the thing is, you know what is recurring deposit, right? What is recurring deposit? Yes. Yeah, put it on a single time and then this one you can renew it every year. Yes. And recurring deposit is where you pay a monthly payment and monthly the interest will get compounded and you will get one interest at the interest rate is 7% or something. So first month 1,000, second month another 1,000. This 7% would have gained how much money? See, so 2 months of interest for this. So 2, right? And then this one just now you deposited, so there is no interest. So this will be the answer, right? Basically, 100,000. This will be the interest, basically, right? So the interest will be something like select 1,000 into 0.07 divided by 12 into 3. So at the end of 3 months, the 17 rupees and 50 paise will be the interest. So the money that if you break your fixed RD, if there is no penalty, you will get 1017 rupees, right? So this is this kind of interest calculation is what kind of interest? Simple. No, this is simple interest only, right? That is, I just added the principal into the duration compound interest, because technically speaking, this 1000 on the second month will be a little bit more. I just multiplied this by 2, which will not be the case actually. See, what I mean is, if I write it like this, you will not understand. Let me just see. I am going to calculate simple interest only. Say, for example, let's say that, let's take year here. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. 5 years. So let's say that the money, this let's call this as principal. Let's say 10,000 rupees. You deposit 10,000 rupees at the beginning of the year, not the end of the year. Let's say you put it at the beginning of the year. So let's make this as end of 5 years, how much money you will have at 7% interest. In case of simple interest, it will be 10,000 into 7 divided by 100 into 5 years, right? The interest will be 3,500 rupees you will have, right? So at the end of 5 years, if I calculate simple interest, it will be 3,500. But if I calculate compound interest, what will be the answer? It will be more than 3,500, right? How do I calculate 3,000 more than? I mean, let's say it's compounded annually. So so simple interest, what happens is this money, this 10, but this is simple interest calculation, right? So let's call this as simple interest calculation. Simple interest, that is just PNR by 100. What will you do if you have compound interest? Yearly compounding. Let's call this as yearly compounding. That is compounding every year. So the first year you will have 10,000 only. I mean, 0th year, obviously. And next year, 1 plus 7 divided by 100. What is the problem? Why is it throwing me reference error? Okay, into. So amount will be 13,500, right? But if I calculate compound interest, I will get 500 rupees extra. 14,000 rupees I will get. So technically, in banks they calculate compound interest only. Compound interest you get 14,000, around 525 rupees extra you get approximately, right? But so you want to calculate simple interest or compound? Okay, so so this guy, let's say one account number, has put 50,000 rupees in his account in this date. So 16. What will be the worth interest that this guy would have gained on 50,000 right now, today's date? Can you approximately calculate? Assume 7% interest rate. I don't know. Have they given interest rate anywhere? Yes. So where is it? Where is it? Yes. So at 7% interest rate, simple interest. Okay. Let's just deal. How many years? 2021 is 1 year, right? Wait. So it's 4.5 years approximately. Yeah. So the interest will be for this particular guy into 4.5 into 0.07, 7% interest, right? So 15,007 transaction. So this guy, this is the interest, 15,000. Sorry, 15,750. Okay. So similarly, we have to do this for all the other transactions. So we have to do this for which are all. We have to find out which are all recurring deposits and join these two tables: bank account details, join bank account transaction, account number. And now I have to filter recurring deposits. So we have got all the recurring deposits. So now only thing left is find the number of years, right, between when this transaction was initiated. So we did it for this guy, for this transaction. Similarly, we have to do this for all the transactions. For on the basis of a customer or recurring deposit, right? Okay, fine. So let's take account number into information. So account number, we need account number and the duration, right? So duration is how much? This transaction date minus, there is a function called date diff. Yes, you can use that. Date. So date diff, the difference between the current date so this is the date diff. So let's run this and see. So we are getting the number of days. How, divided by what? Days into year. 365.2 into account star. What else is here? It was called transaction amount, right? So this transaction guys said simple interest. We need what? Principal, number of years, rate of return. We know principal is here, duration, number of years is here. Where's interest? You have to join that other table also, right? Bank interest rate. You can see that there is no with join bank account. What's that? Bank interest rate. Sorry, bank interest rate using account number. Sorry, not account number, account type, right? So let's add the interest as well. Interest is called interest underscore rate. So let's bring the interest rate as well. So we have got account number, the year, the transaction amount, which is the principal, and the interest rate. So we have got P, because this account has been, this is recurring deposit. So multiple times money has been put inside this thing, that inside that 99 whatever. So so what I have to do is, all I have to do is multiply this now. So I will just put a multiplication symbol here, where instead of comma, I will just put this multiplied by this multiplied by this. So now I will get, this will be the accrued interest. That's all. So this will be my let's call this as accrued interest. And now all I have to do is group by account number, right? So let's group by account number of these accounts. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Just check whether this is only interest, and this is simple interest. If you want to do compound interest, the formula is different for 0.071. So there's no need for dividing by 100. That is all. I had a look, everything was more than 30 days only. So that's why I didn't add this. But yes, and answer, because this was very old data anyway. So I didn't add this. So yes, as per the question, they asked for any deposits older than 30 days. So yes, so I just added one extra date diff here. Anything else? Okay. So okay, let's move on to today's content then. So open that supply chain. You know that, right? You have been doing this. So open that supply chain and run it. Case study. So yesterday also we did supply chain. Hopefully the questions are different this time. Okay, so download. So download all this three, and is this the same? Column names are different. So drop the earlier supply chain and run this. Yesterday we had one supply chain. So today also we have one supply chain. So it's the same database, you can see. So drop the yesterday's supply chain. The 3 SQL. I don't know whether they are same or not, but anyway, I'm just level 2 question, level 3 question. Which level you want? Okay, let's solve this first then. One ER diagram also for this. I have pasted a screenshot. So country wise count of, there's no need for any join here, right? So I can just do it directly in one location inside this custom. and there is no need for any joins. So I can just say select from customer group by country, right? So I have to group by, can I just count ID? Okay, count of ID, that's all. So this is a very simple question, so nothing to do here. I'll delete this and paste this set of questions. Questions under additional section should be solved by yourself. If you need any sort, okay, then additional I will not solve. So additional you guys solve. Some SQL files. Run the SQL file, open the question. That is all. This process this will repeat until next week. So this is the zip file that they gave today. Inside the zip file, there are 3 SQL files containing the data set and 1 file containing questions. So just run these 3 files, open the questions. That is all. Same thing that we have been doing for the last 4 days. Yes. Yes. Copy and paste it here. Yes. So the questions are in this Word document, 4 levels they have asked. I don't know, I have not seen this. So just paste the questions, and this additional questions are for you to solve. They have put a note here, right? Where is that note? At the bottom. So they've asked you to solve this yourself. So let me just do only the level, first 5 questions in each level. Anybody finding it difficult to import this again? Let me know. Okay, so next, what do they mean by this? Is there any column called discontinued? I think these are like very basic questions. So they're asking us to find the products that are not discontinued. So I don't know. So select all from product. So if I run this, I will get all the products that are discontinued. If I run this, I will get just not discontinued. Where not is discontinued. That's all. I don't have to say equal to 0 or something. I can just directly say where is discontinued. That is all. So don't think why I did not write any condition. It's already bit data type. Look at the data types. They have said always look at the data types as well. Boolean. Okay, so I'm just leaving it as is discontinued. That is all. Yes. Control plus slash. Yes, this is the backslash. Okay. This is like day 1 set of type questions. The product name. Okay. List of companies. Join using which column? Using ID and supplier ID. Okay. So this ID with this supplier ID, right? Company name. So whatever I put in circles, this is what I need. Okay, the problem with the paint is everything is painting. To join these 2 tables using these 2 columns as the key columns, and then extract these 2 information. That's all. So these are all very basic things. So I will just say seller is first. So I will put suppliers first. Supplier. Okay. Dot s dot id is equal to p dot supplier id. So always execute whether your join is working correctly. Yes, it is working. Next, fill the information. You need product name and company name, right? So these are the list of companies along with the product. That is all. Very simple question. This is just group by, this is just where class. This is only one join, that is all. Nothing. Think of whatever is done till the week is basic of SQL. Whatever you are going to do next week is intermediate level of SQL. All the basics of SQL are over. And clear your doubts. What is it? Select country from customer or select all from customer. That's all. Okay. So again, if you have any specific question in the here, you just let me know. This question we solved yesterday, right? Which customers did not place any orders? Is there anything in the level one additional questions? Nothing. So how do you want to interpret this question? Arrange the product ID and name based on high demand by customer. What is meant by high demand? Most ordered. Okay. How do you find most ordered? Count. Okay. Fine. So you can find count. Okay. Okay. Is there any other way to find out which is in more demand? One is count. If you go to any shop, you will notice that, say for example, pen. To count the number of pens sold, pen will be in very high count, right? Because a smaller item. That doesn't mean that pen is the one that is in heavy demand, right? So I'm just asking, I'm just picking your brain. What other metrics can be used to find demand? Demand, just demand. Let's stick to just demand. Yes, we can use that one as well. More suppliers, more demand means more suppliers come into the picture. But okay, I mean we'll solve it. No problem. Is there anything? Mm-hmm. Mm. Markup you are saying basically. Yes. So maybe based on demand, some product is being sold more than its price. Okay. So see, there are so many ways to find demand, right? One is you analyze sales trends like this. For example, let's take one product one. You plot this product, the graph is going up. That means that demand is increasing, right? Let's say the count of this product is 100. Let's say there is another product. As time passes, let's call this product number 2. The product's demand is coming down, but the count of this product is 500. So which product is in more demand, product 1 or 2? I mean, from the trend that 1 appears to be in more demand, from just the count of 2 appears to be in more demand, right? So I'm just saying, when they use loose words like this, you have to think with context. Just don't put count as the answer is what I'm saying. Okay, because there are other factors that can be used to find out which product is in demand. So right, for answering today's question, we cannot do all of this. So we can just use count. But I'm just saying that whenever they give you very open-ended terms like this, you just can apply your context based on the problem. Okay. So today we'll just do count itself. So whichever has the highest count is um, the high demand. So that product, okay, product ID and product name, and we have to find the count of this product where in we have to count this product ID, right? You understand what I'm saying? We cannot count this after joining. We can count anything. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying because this is the order item. This is the ledger. So if you have a bill, in that bill, say you ordered 5 toothbrush, 2 toothpaste. So we have to count this 5. We have to sum this quantity. So we cannot even count this. Say a toothbrush, some person ordered 3. You cannot just count how many times toothbrush comes here. You have to sum how many times the quantity is coming up. So this we did yesterday itself. So the data that I'm ID, then I'm going to get the product name, then I'm going to sum quantity. Right? That's what I'm going to do. Join these two tables, sum quantity, get the product name. That is all. So I hope this is clear to you right now. So that's why I'm drawing everything before I'm typing the code. So select all from. So since we need arrange this. So since let's ensure that we have the products that are never bought as well. Okay, never bought even once. So I will do a left join with. So this I'll keep as a left table. This I'll keep as right table, and I will do a left join so that I can identify products which have not been bought even once. So select all from product, left join, order item. So let's call this P. Use this home and end keys to navigate. Okay, so don't do the start, end for getting it till the end. So it will be very useful. So on P dot ID is equal to OI dot product name, and then I have to sum quantity. Sum this quantity, of course, group by. I mean, you cannot group by product name. So let me order by 3 in descending order. Okay. Okay. P dot ID. So these are the most based on our assumption that is all. So is there anything, any help you want? Let me know. Compared to yesterday's question, there should be nothing for you by now. So today's class is just pure repetition of joins again and again. So by this end of today's class, join should become second nature to you. We are doing so many joins again and again. So is there any product that has never been ordered? Let's do ascending. Yes, there is one product that has been never ordered at all. Stroop waffles. This product has never been bought by anybody. Okay. See, did you notice something? When we do count, okay, let's do count. When I do count, if there is no count, I'm getting 0, right? When I'm doing sum, if there is nothing to sum, I'm getting null. So note down this difference. This will be useful for you at some point in time. So when you do aggregation, when you do aggregation count, if there is no count, you're getting 0. When you're doing aggregation sum, if there is nothing to sum, you're getting null. So every time you do this, observe these small differences in the answers. Okay, so there is this product that has never been bought by anybody. Year wise total revenue. After we complete the second question, we'll go into a slightly different topic and then come back here, because then this will become a little monotonous. Display the total number of orders delivered every year. Okay, this is again a very simple question. So it's paste this. Display the total number of orders delivered every year. Delivered. What do they mean by delivered? Yes, things delivered or not? Nothing of that sort, right? So I'm just going to assume everything is delivered. I'm just seeing if there is anything that answers this question delivered. So I'm just going to get count of orders by every year. That is all. I'm not going to bother. So year is present in order date. I can group by this and count the orders. That's all. Very simple. I don't need any table. Group by year of order date and then get the count of ID. That is all. So let's run I need the year of order date and then I need the count of ID order date. Right. So it's very simple problem. Similarly, year-wise total revenue is also exactly the same, I think. So for what is meant by revenue? Business terms, right? This is a business term. What is the meaning in accounting terms? Revenue is the total amount of the sale of goods and services. Okay, then income generated by the sale of goods and services. There's so many ways of calculating revenue, it seems. So okay, so its revenue is quantity sold. This is minus allowance. We don't have allowance, minus return. So for all practical reasons, our total amount is the revenue. Okay, so whatever we have in our total amount is going to be our revenue. So if you encounter some business terms, look it up. Okay, so these kinds of business terminologies you will encounter. So we don't have any data about which do we have data about any returns of the order? No. So if we have some table that contains returns, we can subtract that from. We'll just stick to this part. Okay. Okay. So that's all. Right. A topic which is not your area of expertise, look it up and do some research. Since I did not have the information, I did it like this. So you have some very legitimate answers to back up your problems, right? Fine. We have some just enough time for us to do something else. So 4 and 5 will put on hold and complete this. I will open one topic for you, which will be useful eventually. Okay. Complete this. I'll just wait for 2 more minutes. Start at 9:30. Then we'll display this 4 and 5. So okay, let's start this new recursive CTE. So what does this the word recursion? The word recursive or recursion means is, say, imagine, um, so there is this, there was one movie in Tamil where the hero hears cartoon dialogues, right? What is that called? So if you think of yourself, you give yourself instructions and then so go do this and then you do this. Similarly, in recursive CTE, you give the query itself gives instruction to that query on what to do further. So I'm just giving a very basic example so that you understand. So for example, let's say that you want to generate numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you first start with 1 and then you tell the query, add 1 to this and display to this. Then you tell this query back, add 1 to this and display this. And then you tell back to this query, add 1 to this and display this. And then you tell the query back to this, add 1 to this and display this. That way I can keep generating, right? So you are basically telling the query what to do to itself. That's the whole concept of calling itself. So you will encounter this in functions also, right? So if I say in Python or something, say you have a function called add. If I keep doing this, this will go till infinity. So a recursion should always general term 1, for example. And then you cannot run everything for infinity. You have to stop somewhere. So 3 things have to be done in a recursion. One is starting query. That is, you have to provide the starting value 1. And you have to tell what to do in between. And then you have to tell where to stop. Right? If you don't tell where to stop, what will happen? How this is done? Recursive CTE. So you know what is CTE, right? With CTE 1 as select 1, select star from CTE. This is a normal CTE, right? This is a very bare bone. Basically, if I run this, what answer will I get? 1. That's all I'll get, right? Because there is nothing inside this. I just wrote select 1 and I wrote it, so I got just 1 out of this. Okay. Now, how do I make this CTE keep doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I cannot just write select 1 union, select 2 union, select 3 manually, right? I mean, I don't want to do that. So what I will do is, so this is a normal CTE, right? This is a normal CTE. To convert this to a recursive CTE, I will use the keyword recursive here. For the differences, the word recursive has to be written here. Okay. Next thing is, what I have to do is, I have to say, I have to do something else here. I have to say union. So look at the differences. I'm adding the word recursive. Then I'm saying union select. Let's call this as A, and I will just say A plus 1, something like this. I'll just put A plus 1 here. Let's run this and see what happens. Unknown column A. Okay. So so I want you to understand this properly. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to keep on running this. So I declared this 1 as A, right? Then, I mean, let's ignore that error, whatever it says. And then it is going to 1. Let's run this and see. So what am I doing here? So ignore the errors that we are getting. So what I'm adding this A, currently A only, this is 1, right? I am adding 1 to it. Inside the CTE itself, I am calling the CTE. Can you notice that pattern? This entire thing is the CTE, but inside the CTE itself, I'm calling the CTE. So what I'm doing, I'm selecting 1, so it starts at 1, then I'm unioning, and then I'm adding 1. Currently, A's value is what? 1, and I'm adding 1 to it, and then I'm unioning this. So what will happen? So 1, so the CTE back. Currently, now the CTE has 1 and 2, so this will keep on going till infinity. I did not put a stop anywhere, right? I just started a recursion and left it. I gave 1, I started a recursion and I left it. So that is why if you see, I am getting something called recursive query aborted after 1001 iterations. That is, this has generated from 1 to 1001 and stopped, because I did not stop the execution anywhere. So it has gone up to 1000 times and it has stopped. So I need to stop this somewhere. So I will just say select all from CTE where A is less than, say, 6. Why am I getting still? Okay, sorry, not here. I have to stop it here, right? So internally, I have to stop the CTE. So I have to say stop where A is less than 6. So I will generate all the numbers till 6, because why if I say a less than 6, I'm still getting 6s until 5a will be there, right? So I will get 6. So if I have to stop this, I have to say a less than 5. So that you have some weekend to think about this. We may or may not encounter problems using this. This is a normal CTE, by the way. This is a recursive CTE. This is a normal CTE. This is a recursive CTE. So just understand the pattern. So there is a word recursive here. There is a start. There is a step, and there is a, what does this do? Stop the CTE. Okay. There is a start. There is a step, and there is a stop. So 3 things have to happen in a CTE. Just remember the bare bone syntax. Word recursive, start, step, stop. Okay. So I don't know whether I can put. So this is also called as anchor. Some people, they use the word anchor query. That's what starts the CTE, and this is the step. Sorry, this is both the step as well as the stop. So this is the step, and this is the stop. Okay. So let's run this. So I will get all the numbers from 1 to 5. Now what should I do if I want all multiples of 2? I mean multiples of 2. I want only the multiples of 2. That is 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, change 1 as 2, and then I can just 2 into a, right? That's what you're saying. Change 1 as 2, okay, and then you're saying a to 2, okay, or 2 into a. And you put how many numbers you want. So if I put 5, I'll get 2 to 10, right? Or what will I get? So if I run this, I'll get only 2 for 8, because a's value is only changing here, right? So if I want 10, I'll just put a less than. Another way to write it is, I can generate all the numbers till 10, right? Like I did earlier, just putting a plus 1. I can generate all 10 numbers, and then here I can write where n modulo 2 equal to, sorry, not n, a, right? A. Okay, so just very simple things that I did. So just try this. So this is what is called recursive common table expression. Okay. So either I start with 2, end generate. Okay. So just try this. So let this sink in your mind, so that by the time it comes to next week, this is not a new topic for you. Okay. So just take this one down and try to recognize the syntax. This is an anchor or start, step, stop. Yes. What does? Union is responsible for putting all of this together as a single table, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Otherwise, this will be one separate, this will be one separate. So union is what is bringing all of this as a single answer, result set. Okay. Huh? So the thing is, you can use this everywhere. Even in our table, you can use this. So for example, let's say that let's say certain questions you cannot do manually at all. You have to use CTE only. Say for example, you want a management hierarchy. Say for example, this person A is under person A, B, and C are working. Under B, C and under B, say F and G are working. Under C, H and J are working. So you say you want to build a management tree like this. You cannot build this manually. You have to recursively query. So for example, this is a repetitive task, right? So this guy is the boss of these 2 guys. This guy is the boss of these 2 guys. This guy is the boss of these 2 guys. So you can see some repetitive pattern going on. So wherever there is repetitive pattern, you can use recursive CT. So you just write code for finding boss and employees. You recursively divide this. So you will get you can keep on dividing this until you get to the base level employee. This can be a little complex, but I'm just saying for your easy understanding. We'll if there is some time, we can solve this. But this was given in your slide in one place. So just today's aim is not doing anything fancy today, but to just generate 5 numbers and keep it. That is all. And you know how to generate numbers. That is all. Okay. So by manipulating this, see this whatever you do here is this part is where the recursion, this part is the most important. This and this and this. I keep telling you this, this and this query. So you blindly write this. What I would what I say when I mean blindly write it is, you don't write this yourself. Blind as in without looking at the board, so that you understand the syntax. Just don't take from the board exactly as it is. Otherwise, you will not you will not be able to get the syntax. So understand the syntax and then write it blindly, so that you get a pattern for this. Okay. So star receive common table expression. So you guys try some problems that I will give you when you have some time, when you're sitting idle when I do this. So try to generate this. For example, generate uh, Fibonacci sequence. You know what is Fibonacci sequence, right? Fibonacci sequence. Any idea? Fibonacci numbers. 1, 2, 3, 5 is prime number, right? Okay, fine. Let's generate prime numbers. Very simple questions. Generate prime numbers from 1 to 100. Or generate Fibonacci numbers from 1 to 1. Fibonacci numbers are 0, 1. The next number is nothing but sum of the first two numbers. 1, 2, 3. So it keeps on going there. This is called Fibonacci numbers. So for Fibonacci numbers, you have to give 2 inputs. And from there, you can just add this and store this as the next number. Add this and store this as next number. Add this and store this as the next number. Okay. So you guys try this whenever you are free. Okay. So I just wrote a very simple program. So use this as like a template. Fill whatever you want inside this and you will get an answer, because the template is not going to change. Maybe you will get what more columns here. So this template is the main thing. So use this template and keep changing everything. Change the starting condition, stopping condition, and the stepping condition. Okay. Let's go back and complete our. I think you can go for a break now. We'll come back and do 4 and 5. Okay. Yes, that's the only way. I wanted to revise CTs as well. So we'll find out the maximum order amount for each customer. Okay. So for example, we will find for each customer, we will find the max of this total amount. And then see, so far we have been always joining tables and then aggregating, right? Now let's aggregate this and then join this. So we have aggregated this data, right? Whatever is the maximum total amount. I don't know how to interpret this question at all. They want the customer details whose order amount is maximum. Okay, customer maximum. What do they want further to do actually? Yes. Okay. Okay, fine. So how do we use that? No, I'm just trying to order amount is maximum, order amount, maximum order amount is here. What else? Yeah, this is the maximum order amount, right? So what further they want? Maybe they want, let's say, okay, let's do this. So let's say for this maximum order amount, let's say they want the first name or last name, and then they want the order number. Let's say, let's add requirements. So for the maximum order amount, let's say that an aggregating, right? So let's aggregate this. Let's say I have aggregated this data. Okay, this data is there. I have to find out. I have to find out. I have to find out details of this order. How do I do that? Let's say I want this order's order number. Join with. No, I want orders, right? Order number is there in orders. 86. I want what is the order number? I have this information. Customer number 1 has made an order for 1086. What is that order number? Let's say. Because can't I just save this as a CTE? So I can just save this as a CTE and I can say, can't I join this CTE1 with orders on, let's call this as orders as O, and let's join them using C dot customer is equal to O dot customer ID and C dot max. Can we write something like this? Okay, it's not called transaction amount, total amount, sorry. So why I did it like this? Because so far boringly we were just getting all the information, then we were aggregating. So I just aggregated this information, and using this two information I found out. So I use CTEs here purposefully. Okay, so if I want to further get the customer information, say I want the name and all, I can join with this the customer table as well. Okay, so that's it. Just wanted to use CTEs more often. That is all. For all practical purposes, this itself can be the answer to the question. I don't know what they're asking actually. Customer ID. Let's take the max amount and so C dot customer ID. Okay, that's 3 information I'm taking it out. So you can do some work on a table, the original table is here. Do some work, you will get one result table. Use this table to join further with something else. Okay, so that's what I did. So original orders maximum guy. Okay, because otherwise how do I get the max? How do I get the order details of this maximum guy? I cannot put max of order amount here, right? Is there any way to directly get what is the order number of which was the max amount? No, right? I have to join it again and get the order number. Similarly, let's say since they're asking customer details, we can also get the customer details. Let's join customer using customer ID, or let's leave it as it is and just say on C dot customer ID is equal to customer dot ID. So then I can add some extra info. Okay. So I'm getting customer details as well as the order number. So try to do this using recursive CTE. These two questions, prime numbers and Fibonacci. Try it. If there is some time, we can solve it. Okay. So this is one table. This table you do group by, you can aggregate total amount and find the max. But how do you find the order number corresponding to this max? You cannot. Okay. So I found the max, then searched for this max in order number for that. Search for this max and customer ID inside the orders table, and I found the order number. So there is no other way to solve this unless and until you know something called subqueries. Okay, so since we have not discussed subqueries, I'm completely avoiding that route altogether. So with subqueries, this problem will become a lot more easier. Okay, so I'm just forcing us to use joins. So actually, the concept of subqueries was invented. The concept of subqueries was introduced itself to minimize joins as much as possible. Otherwise, you will have to keep doing these kinds of joins to get the answers. Okay. Total amount ordered by each customer. Select all from customer, join orders on C dot ID is equal to O dot by total order by customer ID total. They have just asked us to join and display data. So customer ID in ascending, order amount descending. So from high to low, I hope that is what they're asking. So I just displayed it from high to low. For each customer, transaction sales from high to low, again high to low, like that. Okay, so complete this and then open the level 2 questions. So I hope by this time joins are very easy. So you don't have to always join the existing table. You can create your own table, and based on how you created the table, you can use that newly created table to join some other table. These two are the ones. Derive one subtable, derive one subtable, join these two. And from this, you can get one answer. You can join this to some other table. So you don't have to always look for that foreign key relationship and all that. That is all. So actually, I made a mistake here, right? Did I correctly do this? Yeah. So why did I add two conditions here for this on class? Two conditions here. Yes. So another customer also could have made one sale for 1086, right? So if I just join using 1086, I might get data for two customers. So I'm checking 1086. Okay, so customer one who has made 1086. So I'm checking both. I'm checking whether this also matches, this also matches. Okay, so that's why I wrote two conditions in the on clause. It was hiding there over there. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? See, this has two benefits. What if one customer has made two maximum transactions? Let's say Bob is here. Bob has made one transaction for 500 rupees. Again, Bob has made another transaction for again another 500 rupees. Right? What if let's say Bob has made 200 rupees transaction. Let's call this as order number 1, order number 2, order number 3. Let's take this table. If I have to find all the high value transactions of Bob, if I do one aggregation, I will get what? I will get only Bob and what will I get? Name, sales, ID, right? Order number. If I do only one aggregation, what answer will I get? I'll get only Bob and 500, right? So what I'm doing is, I'm doing that one aggregation and I'm joining this answer with this table back in such a way that which condition? Bob should match another table. The output of this will be Bob 501 numbers for the same total amount. If I don't do this, if I just leave it as aggregation, I will miss one order number or one information will be lost. Okay, so ensure that so that's why I'm doing an aggregation. joining with the original table back and getting the answer. Will not exist when we do subqueries. So when we do subqueries, you will know what I'm talking about. Basically, information should not be lost anywhere. Okay, let's go to level 2 only we have to solve right now. Only level 1 we have solved. Okay, let's complete this, then we'll move on to level 2 questions. Okay, fine. So level 3 it is. So in one aggregation, you have to write this question. It is the sum of quantity. Can we take it like this? Which is a better way to approach this problem? Is this a better approach, or you want to follow this approach or this approach? For then products in a single order. You want to count the products, or you want to, one customer is here, Bob is here. He has put one order. Let's call this today. He has made 5 products. Let's call this as he has bought. Let's see, he has bought 4 products. Imagine this is for one customer. I am asking you, how do you want to interpret this question? If I find count of products as this guy bought 4. If I add the sum of products, how much has he bought? 37. So if I do this, I will not meet the criteria. But if I do this, I will meet the criteria. I am asking you which of this you want to follow. So this question you have to figure out based on the business use case. So we don't know which way to follow this. Okay, so this is also count of products only, right? Whether you want to count this or this, he will get 37 products, right, in his doorstep. So they just said products. Since they just said products, there could be one customer who just buys one product P1 and makes 100 quantity of that. So very rarely will people buy 10 distinct products, but I don't know. Let's try for this, and I don't think we will get any answer because yesterday we went through this manually, right? We did not find any customer who has ordered more than 10 products. So I don't think if I do this, we will get any answer. So let's try both details. So you can see we need the order number. Sorry, we need the quantity, right? So one we'll try with quantity, another we'll try with product ID. Both we'll try. So customer is here. So I need customer. I need customer ID. I need the count of products. I need the sum of quantity. So let's try all three of this and see which one. Let's try both of this and see which one gives us the answer. The join is of course going to be between this ID and which one? Order ID. Okay. The join is going to be between these two, and the information that I need is customer ID, product ID, quantity. Of course, I have to use distinct here, distinct product ID here. So let's try all. Let's try in both the ways and see which gives us the answer. So select all from orders, join order item. Okay, so orders, order item, orders is product ID, quantity. So let's go for O dot customer ID, count of quantity, sorry, not count of quantity, sum of quantity, and count distinct of OI dot product ID, right? So let's try all this and let's see whether anything matches 10. Group by customer ID. That is all. Sorry. Group by customer ID. Let's see. Why is it taking so count distinct of product ID for this guy is okay in a single order, right? This has to be done within a single order, not all the orders combined. So I have to add what also into the in a single order. So what modification should I do here? I'm getting this sum and count I'm getting for all orders. I want for single order. So what should I add here? Customer ID 1, this is the entire sales and entire product count. I want for each order, I want one sales and one product count. So what should I add here? Order ID in the what? Which class? Select class it will come and group by, right? I have to group by. I have to add customer ID as well as order ID in the group by class. Then only I will get split, right? Otherwise I will not get split. I think many of you are still confused in group by itself. Don't be confused in group by. That's Excel pivot table, right? We have done so many examples of this. This customer, I'm expanding this to, if I don't add group by on order ID, I will get for entire sales for this customer. I want for one each order how much. So let's also add order ID here, which is O dot ID, right? Basically, let's add O dot ID as well. I don't know why this is taking this much amount of time. That is weird. Something is really wrong here. So, okay, can you guys tell me what is wrong in this query and why we are getting some weird answers here? Something is wrong in this query and something I told you, something I wrote very badly here that is resulting in this horrible answer. See 77, look at all these numbers. Something is fishy, right? On class is not there. So what kind of join has happened? Cross join. So all the customers have got all the products, all the sales. The query is taking some time. Says executing query, right? So please don't make this again and again for everybody. It means that everybody has got all the orders. Cross join, Cartesian product, right? So on condition, do not miss it. On O dot ID is equal to OI dot order ID. So now this is the answer. So based on this condition, as customer 1 made any 10 products in one order, more than 10 in one order? Yes, right. Based on sum of quantity, yes. But based on unique products, no. Customer ID 160 products. Okay, so so which way you want to go? Let's see whether any customer has made more than 10. Yes, there is one customer who has made more than 10 products. Customer ID 600 something, 65. Having count of distinct product ID. Customer has ordered 10 distinct products in one order. Okay, so I'll add more than 10. I'll add this distinct here. I am manually adding this so that there is no ambiguity in the question. So this is the only customer who has ordered 10 distinct products in one order. Okay, so I went with the second one because there is at least one guy who has made some order. Again, as usual, don't forget the on class, otherwise you will get cross join. And cross joins are useless because every customer will get all the order, all the everything. So your aggregation becomes meaningless there. Okay. 10 distinct products is what I am doing here. So try the next question, please. Very, very simple question. They're asking which are all products that has been ordered once. That is, the quantity should be 1. That is all. Nothing else they've asked. They've asked which are all. So in the so here, let's say P1. ஒரே ஒரு தடவை order பண்ண products they are asking. That is all. So which are all products that has been where condition saying ordered quantity is 1. So any doubts, ask me. Just 1 minute. Okay, fine. So it's just a simple join only. Select all from okay, so it is product details with ordered quantity size. So it's not even needing, there is no need for even a join here. So just display items where quantity is equal to 1. That's all, right? Order item, sorry. So these are all the products that are ordered just once. I don't. Okay, so if you want more product details, what you do is you join this with the product table dot product ID. That's all. Same thing. Repetition of just one extra join. So I'm not nitpicking, but you can nitpick this information if you want. Any specific add any information if you want, you can add. Cost here. Okay, so then display that product. That is all. Display those companies. So you just complete this. I mean, I don't know what state you are in, so just do this. Keep doing. Others who have completed, just keep doing. Don't wait for me. ம். ம். கரெக்ட் தான். இல்ல அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல. That is not a problem. Anyway, I did inner join only, right? So it doesn't. If you are doing inner join, doesn't matter which is the left table, which is the right table, because here we are interested in whichever has been ordered. So there is no use for other types of joins. Okay. Yes. See, if you feel that column name is unique, எங்கேயுமே that company name is not there, right? Then you can just type it. But if you feel the company name is repeating in 2-3 tables, then use alias. Okay, so good to use alias all the time. But if you want to just feel lazy and you don't want to type alias, you can ignore the aliases where the column names are unique. Okay, so if column names are unique, ignore the aliases. So since the so here this column name is unique, right? So I just left it quantity. I did not alias that. Okay. So hopefully the main aim of this class, I think, is very simple questions to just repeat joins again and again. So you have to be very thorough in joins at this point for the next class. So ensure that there is no doubt absolutely on joins. Joins is a basic SQL. That is grouping and joins. These two are basic SQL. So once you are thorough at this point, you can say that you are completely thorough of the basics of SQL. Okay, so anything of products whose cost is above 100. So again, find the companies who supply products whose cost is above 100. So unit price should be greater than 100. That is all. So join these two tables on supplier ID and ID and write a where clause saying unit price is greater than 100. So select all from supplier ID. Supplier ID is equal to greater than 100. That is all. I don't know why there is a huge discrepancy between the questions. One question is very weird, another question is just a where clause. So I don't know why they have mixed so many different types of questions together. I thought that as the level progresses, the questions will be difficult, but this is like a combination of still going on as where clause only. Customer and customer along with supplier. What is this contact name? This customer is speaking to this supplier. Is that what they're saying? Yes. So this customer is supplying, I mean, this supplier is supplying to that customer. But what is the type customer, type supplier? Note this one down. What is this? What is this type customer, type supplier? How do I get this information? This is all fine. Okay, okay, let's do one by one. What is this information? Contact name, contact of the customer or contact of supplier? Is that there is one contact name here? So I think that this is supplier's name, right? We'll make one decision. Let's keep it as let's keep it as supplier. Okay, this is supplier S dot contact name. The city is for supplier, it is supplier. Okay, that is what you guys were saying. I didn't see this and I'm just okay, fine. So this is the first name and last name together. Okay, so this is information of two tables, and this is again phone number of both supplier and customer. Right. So two different tables are there, and one set has become customer, another set has become supplier. So what does this look like? What operation will give us this answer? Full customer details, full supplier details, right? Put on top of each other. What is this? Union, right? You should not use joins here. Don't use joins. Why? Because if you use joins, what it will say, this guy is supplying this guy. We don't want right side information. We want concatenation information here. Just union them. Okay, that's all. So what I will do is, first let's do select all from see what happens if I just do select all from customer union select all from supplier. Will this work? So it says different number of columns. First thing is customer has some set of columns, supplier has different number. It doesn't care about the name, so it just cares about the number. So you can see that supplier has customer has only very little, so only 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Okay, so now we have to ensure that the names from this and this match, right? Separator. Remember, with separator, let's add a space between the select. What will be the column name of the union table? A or B or both? We have done so many unions, right? What have you observed so far? This becomes the name of the column, or this becomes finally you will get what as the answer? 1, 1, right? A, B. What? It will be A. The first what here? So you have to properly give column names here. Then only you'll get the same column names they have asked as what have they asked? Yes, city, right? So city, leave it as city, no problem. Phone. So that makes our life simple. Country, phone. That's all, right? So let's do the same thing here. Contact name, city, country, phone. You have to type it, don't leave it. Now I need to add one extra column, customer for customers and supplier for suppliers. So how do I do that? Can't I just write something there? Can I just write something as customer? And can't I write something as supplier here? So you can see that I'm getting customer for all the customers there and all the suppliers. I hope suppliers are here. Yes, for all the suppliers, right? Yes, they have taken this part and they put a screenshot. Okay, that's all. Union. Just a simple union operation between the two tables. That is all. Just give the aliases on the first table. Second table will take care of itself. No need to do anything. Okay. So question number 5, I don't understand at all. Somebody tell me what to do here. Information, then worry about data types. This is just result set. That is all. So Yes. Okay, fine. So their city and country should be same. City and country. I mean, you cannot say that, right? There's one Salem in US also. So you have to group by both city and country. So customers, right? So if you do group concat, you will get in a single row like this. You understand what I'm saying? If you do group by city and country, then you cannot do grouping at all. You just have to just sort everything. That is all. So this question is just one big order by class. So I mean, you just sort by city, country. That is all. Order by city, order by country, city. That's all I can. City second, and ID third, then first name fourth, last name fifth. So you can see Argentina, city. These are all customers who belong to the same city. Can we say that? But there is no way to show that. It's just sorted and displayed. That's all, right? So these are the customers who belong to Argentina, Buenos Aires. This is the customer belong to this. So only I can do only sort. I cannot do anything. If you want to group, you can use group concat. Sort. Okay, so let's move on to level 4. Others complete it if you have not. Okay, in the result sets, I don't think that you have to make the request to SQL developers. That is the result set, right? Workbench. So there, maybe some other DBMSs have. This one doesn't have. So what you can do is you can export that CSV file and then do some work with it in Excel. There's an export button there, right? Just say. Yeah, sorting will happen, but I don't think there is any filter here for drop down. Okay. So the question itself is very big for level. Yes. அந்த கொஸ்டின் புரிஞ்சுட்டு அதை எப்படி சீக்கிரம் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதே கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறமா அந்த கொஸ்டின் புரிஞ்சு அதை வச்சு எந்த டேட்டால இருந்து எதை எடுக்கிறதுன்னு கஷ்டமா தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ இது ப்ராக்டிஸ், யூ ஹேவ் டு ப்ராக்டிஸ். இது ஷார்ட்கட் வேற எதுவும் கிடையாது. இதுதான். என்னது? அது மாதிரிலாம் எதுவும் கிடையாது. அப்படி இருந்தா தான் எல்லாருமே அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க. there is no such. Yes, there is no strict. Yes. Which question? ஆமா, எல்லா ரோஸும் கஸ்டமர். செலக்ட் 1 ன்னு கொடுத்தா 1 on the table. Yes. There is no such thing. See, when you approach a problem, you have to think. Yes, certain things are very complex. If you use joins, it. Here you just run one query. You have to supply only one query. You have. There are some differences. For example, in CT I can use more than one value. In assignment I can use only one value. Differences are there. Operationally differences are there. Column. Table can have only one value, but a column can have many values. So if you want to use many values, if you want to bring many values here, CT is the only option. There and that. See, what I will say for you is with all columns I need. That's what I'm doing, right? In the table, say in the table and in the column, in the table and in the column, this is what. So that is the first step. This is what we are doing. From question, we are identifying the columns. That is the first step. அப்புறம் என்ன பண்றோம்? இந்த டேட்டாவெல்லாம் சேர்த்து we are using a join syntax. It can be filtering using where clause. It can be aggregation using group by. Join is what you are finding difficult because நம்ம தெளிவா மார்க் பண்றோம்ல, இந்த டேபிள் இந்த டேபிள்ல இந்த ரோ காலம் இருக்கு, இந்த டேபிள் இந்த காலம் வேணும். Join syntax வச்சு எழுதிடலாம்ல இத. Which this part you are finding difficult? அதாவது டேபிள் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் you are finding it difficult to perform join. Is that the problem? Joining is a straight forward step தான் இப்போ வரைக்கும் நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தது. நம்ம எதுவும் இல்ல, இங்க ஆர்டர் ஐடி தான் ஃபாரின் கீ, இங்க ஐடி தான் பிரைமரி கீ. ஸோ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நம்ம திருப்பி எத்தனை தடவை ஜாயின் எழுதினாலும் we were joining on orders dot id is equal to order item dot order id தான் எழுதியிருக்கோம் நம்ம. ஸோ ஜாயின் உங்களுக்கு அப்போ கன்ஃபியூஷன் இல்லை. Then so see in this entire steps that we have done understanding and இப்போ நான் மார்க் பண்றேன்ல அது உங்களுக்கு மார்க் பண்ண தெரியல அப்படின்னு சொல்றீங்களா? That is from the question you are not able to understand which columns to take out. Is that what you are saying? I am asking everybody else also. This is the step that we are doing, right? For every question we are doing the same step only. Question, identifying the columns, joins, work. 4-step approach. 1, 2, 3-step approach nu vechukkonga. Because this one is methodological, this one is methodological. இப்போ இந்த கொஸ்டின்ல இருந்து உங்களுக்கு புரியலனா how which part in this உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் படிச்சு என்ன பண்ணனும்னு தெரியலையா? So you are if you read the question you are saying that you don't know what to do with that. That is what you are saying. இந்த இதுல என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னு அப்போ உங்களுக்கு என்ன teach that actually. Because see for this question for this level 4 question. ஏன்னா see we are repeatedly doing the same steps only. So in the joins and then aggregation you should do it's all same syntax only. It's all syntax. There is nothing to think. So in the question la irundhu idu varanumna I don't know how to teach that actually. See the thing is another is how you are structuring the answer. There are two components to understanding a question and marking this. One is or interpretation. So நீங்க எப்படி ஆன்சர் பண்ண விரும்புறீங்க அப்படின்றது, right? So basically so what you do is so if in this chain if you are weak in this part you focus on this part then properly. So you try to understand what is going on. Okay, let's try one problem. So this I don't know what this problem is. Let's try to in depth try to understand what they have asked here. Okay, so I'll try to as much as possible be very slow in this. Discount anywhere, right? Let's discount. Oh, okay. Is there any difference? Did you notice any difference? Okay, fine. இதெல்லாம் ஜாயின் பண்ணி பாத்துறோம் ஒரு தடவை. Select all from select so they're asking they're saying what are they saying? Product price and selling price in the order item table. Okay. So what see so what are they saying? The company sells products at different discount rates. So there is no discount rate anywhere in our table, right? So there is no discount column. Actual price. Okay, so let's say that a product's price is 10 rupees and they're saying here whatever price is the actual sale price, say 8 rupees. So what is the discount? 20% discount. This is what I interpreted from this question. That is what I'm saying. Since you said you are finding it difficult to interpret the question, I'm saying this. This is what. So product price in the product table and the selling price in the order tables. This unit price is the product price. This unit price is the selling price. Okay, so that interpretation comes from the question. Okay, so let's call this as selling price and this is the product price. Okay, now find out a query to find the total amount saved in each order. அதாவது ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட். again listen to this very carefully. ஒரு ஆர்டர் போடுறாரு, ஆர்டர் 1. அந்த ஆர்டர் டூத் பிரஷ் உடைய ப்ராடக்ட் பிரைஸ் என்ன இருக்குன்னா 10 rupees இருக்குன்னு வச்சுப்போம். செல்லிங் பிரைஸ் 8 rupees னு வச்சுப்போம். தென் டூத் பேஸ்ட் ப்ராடக்ட் பிரைஸ் 20 rupees, செல்லிங் பிரைஸ் இஸ் 15 rupees. ஓகே, இந்த டேட்டாலாம் கொடுத்துட்டு வாட் ஆர் தே ஆஸ்கிங் ஹியர்? how much amount did Bob save in that order னு கேக்குறாங்க. how much amount did Bob save? say டூத் பேஸ்ட் வந்து 2 வாங்கி இருக்காரு, டூத் பிரஷ் 2 has got and tooth paste he has got let's say 3. எவ்வளவு சேவ் பண்ணிருக்காரு பாபிங்க அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. all this information is given and they're asking how much did Bob save? How much did Bob save? 16 only he paid. Rupees he have saved. Totally how much did he save? 19 rupees. You have to figure out, because once you figure this out only you can start equal. இந்த டேட்டாவை இப்படி எடுத்துட்டு வரதுக்கு தான் SQL syntax ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். இந்த டேட்டாலாம் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. all this information is given. You have to do this operation and get this answer. This understanding first is the first step. This is this first step. இதுக்கு அப்புறமா you know how to do arithmetic operation, group by, all this you can do. group by order id போட்டா 19 வந்துருமா sum. group by இது ரெண்டுமே ஆர்டர் 1 தானே. so group by order 1 sum of, once you understood this completely, இதுக்கு அப்புறமா தான் SQL itself comes into the picture. before this has got nothing to do with SQL, right? so please learn to interpret this thing, because without interpreting this you cannot solve any problem, right? so this interpretation is the first step. then only இப்போ இந்த டேட்டா எங்க இருக்கு? product price, selling price, order item and product. so இந்த டேட்டா வரதுக்கே I have to do, இதுக்கு அப்புறம் இந்த டேட்டா வச்சு you multi இது full all of this you will get. after this you order a customer. இங்க they ask for each order or for customer? each order they are asking, right? so group by order id sum of என்னது difference between this and this into this. அதானே 10 minus 8 into 2 தானே 4, 20 minus 15 into 3 தானே 15, mean sorry 20 minus 15 into 3 தான் 15, correct? so all I have to buy the customer, that is all. so after this it is just one join with one group by one aggregation, அவ்வளவுதான். but the fact that you need to know இதுதான் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றத I cannot teach actually, that I don't know how to say that actually. so that comes from your interpretation of the question. okay this part, okay இது எந்த ஆர்டர்ல எழுதணும், எதெல்லாம் எங்க எழுதலாம், what you can write where, what you cannot write where, that syntax we have already discussed this. but this is what you have to do, only the question is here. so you have to practice. Let's structure this part now. let's structure this part now. customer name, we don't even need customer name. let's I just said this for example. order id வேணும், product purchase, we don't even need the product name, who cares, just the order, purchase price, selling price, quantity. 4 column இருந்தா போதும், we will be able to get the discount for each order, right? so let's write this and then let's go for a break. so let's select all from, so you guys tell me what table? order item oi join product, of course on p dot id, இல்லாட்டி இந்த இடத்துல இங்க பாருங்க, the id is equal to oi dot product id, oi dot product id. so I will get all this information. I'm getting, see I'm getting order id which is this unit price. this unit price is what unit price? இங்க தான் நம்ம தெளிவா இருக்கணும். so we have to alias this. let's say let's do every dot id, let's call this as order id. okay next what I will call, which unit price is, this unit price is selling price, right? this unit price is purchase price. so p dot unit price, for your understanding I'm doing this, p dot unit price is I'm aliasing as purchase price. then I'm aliasing oi dot unit price selling price. அடுத்து என்ன வேணும்? quantity ஒன்னு தான் இருக்கு. so there is only one unique word called quantity. so I don't care this for explanation, just leave this. with this 4 information I have taken, right? 4 information has come. now all I need to do is what? subtract this minus this into this, that is all, right? and then sum all those things. so what I will do is, உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் சிம்பிளா புரியறதுக்கு what I'll do, I'll just put all of this as a CTE with CTE1 as, let me put all of this as a CTE. all I have to do is I have to say order id minus selling price 2 rupees. okay so I hope you have understood how to approach a problem, because this you have to learn from practice only, that has got nothing to do with SQL. once you have found out what to do, then SQL will help you get the answer. SQL on Tableau everywhere, whatever technology you follow, think of that technology not as the just as a small step to answer the question. interpretation is completely yourself. okay so this you have to practice repeatedly, there is no other way around this. okay yes okay order by, okay sort amount highest to lowest, so I'll just say order by. in fact you can even say my interpretation is wrong, so that's 2 people somewhere, this count distinct, whether you want to take count distinct or some quantity. so your interpretation is completely yours, there is nothing, nobody can say this interpretation is wrong, that interpretation is wrong, as long as it is backed by logic. okay so go for a break, we'll come back and continue. another Okay, so let's at least complete one question and then wind up. Okay. Okay. So question number 2, right? So basically there is one guy who wants to become a supplier, right? So imagine that you want to sell in Amazon. So before you start selling, identify which product is selling heavily. Then you will go on. So that is the whole concept here, basically, right? And they're also asking who are his competitors. That is, competitors means what? Who are all the list all suppliers who supply that product, right? Very simple set of questions. Haven't we already answered question number 1? Haven't we? There or demand problem one was there, right? Earlier, remember? Which question? So in this itself, I told you there are 2 ways of doing it, right? One is based on some, another. Okay, sorry. So what does this mean, guys? Please be silent. What does this mean? 60, 1577. What does it stand for? 51. What does it stand for? I mean, for this 60. Count is this to forecast or this to forecast? Demand. No. You want to do a mix. You can do that. You can do so many things. Like you can take average of these two. You can do something called weighted normalization. You can divide order to quantity ratio, something like that. You can divide this quantity divided by the sum. So order to quantity ratio or quantity to order ratio. So on one order, how many is getting ordered? Okay. Totally, how much was not based on how many orders, but based on one. So this is the ID. We have got the ID, right? ID is 60. Now all I need is who will be the competitors for him. So all I need to do is find out. Sorry. This ID is supplier ID, right? So I have to join these two tables. So all I need to do is, now I know the answer. 60 is the answer based on the high demand, based on the quantity. Now all I need to do is join for 60. What is the? So for 60, join ID is equal to 60 and get the company name, whatever it is. Okay. So all I need to do is for ID 60, for product for product ID 60, who is the supplier? That is all, right? So let me just write that simple query here. Supplier yes join product P on S dot ID, right, is equal to P dot supplier ID, where P dot ID is 60. Company name is Paturing that product. We even got the same answer in one of the previous questions. Monopoly, we said. So this is the competitor of this guy. That is all. So now you know how to bring the 60 here, right? Dynamically. How will you bring? You can, right? You can just store this as at the date ID. ID is equal. So this is the answer. I don't recommend using variables. Use CTEs, okay? Don't use variables. Variables, I'm writing it for your understanding only, so that you will understand things when they are separate queries. That's all. In fact, let me write that one as well so that you can practice. So I'll write both the queries combined together this time. So in this place, I will say I will first store this output, this query as a CTE with CTE1 as, then I'll remove all of this. I will say select only P.id from CTE1. Is there any confusion with CTE1, CTE1? Okay, see, you cannot call P.id here, right? So, okay, so I've written separately, I've joined them. So you should be able to do both. Okay. Didn't we do something like this? Create a combined list to display suppliers and customers. We did that, right? But then they're asking some extra information along with it. Right? Yes. Hmm. Customers who do not have supplier. So to answer this question, you have to perform joins only. So this is not like you left join with supplier and find the count of customers. If you left join with supplier, the supplier should be 0. So here count of supplier is 0, right? So here count of the count of supplier should be equal to 0. Here count of customer should be equal to 0. Question number 3. This question, how are you going to join these two tables? Will you go through all the 5 joins or directly is there a in their country? So you can join those 2 tables on the country column. Okay, so you have to match their countries, right? Customer and supplier match their country. So join these 2 tables based on country. That's all. So for this question, left join customer with supplier and find the count of supplier. For this question, left join supplier with customer. So these 2 are what you have to join for question number 3. Okay, completed this. Shall we move on? Okay, fine. So it's similar to what question? Players who play for both cricket and football, right? So that same, what join is this? Inner join, right? So yes, so select all from customer, join supplier using country. So these are the suppliers and country customer that belong to the same country. So for example, this customer 11, 12, 11, 12, 13. If you want, you group by country. If you want, you group by country. See, group by, and then you can do group. Remember this, what is this group concatenated text, right? So if I take, let's take the IDs. Let's take the first name. Okay, so for customer, let's call this as C group concat the company name. So if I run this, so in Brazil, these are all the companies, these are all the customers. You present it, I am not going to bother about that. So I'm just taking the information and I'm just merging all this. So these are all first name only I've displayed. If you want, you can't get the first name and last name and display it, or you display only the IDs. That is completely up to you. Okay. So first joining. In fact, let's put distinct. Okay. Distinct. And let's put distinct here. Why repeat the suppliers and customers? I'm supposed to. Let's put ID as well. Will it work? So it will not work. I have to put. Let's for just understanding. Right, leave it. The customers and suppliers who live in the same country. Basically, situations. In this situation, it has been quite useful. See, why Python suppliers? But for meaningful answers, I'm just displaying the first names. This is inner join. So if you have to find out customers who do not have a supplier, then you have to do a left join with customer as the left. Select from customer C, left join supplier S, using still country. Okay, still I'm using country, but what aggregation should I do? I have to aggregate by customer, right? Customers are answer. Our aim is to find customers. Question number 2, question clearly they have said find the customers who do not have suppliers. So our aim is to find customers, right? So c.id, if you want c dot first name you add, I will do count of supplier. So s.id. Okay. So if I just run this, okay, I forgot group by, right? Group by 1 and 2. Both columns I am grouping. What is still the problem? Sorry. Select first name, last name, count s.id, right? What mistake am I making? It says it's correct only, right? Why is it? It is trying to run the CT along with this. Okay, so at yes, semicolon is the reason. Okay, so you can see I'm getting count of support. So what are all the answers here? Anna, Antonio, these are the answers, right? These customers have no suppliers. So in their country. So basically just add having this count of suppliers equal to 0. So these are all the customers who have no suppliers in their own country. Just do the exact opposite. You will get supplier who do not have customer in their country. That is the question number C. Try it yourself. So try to solve more questions. That is the only way out of making things easier actually. So of you asked, right? You can search for SQL scenario based questions. So if you search in YouTube or somewhere else in the internet itself, you will get a bunch of questions. SQL scenario based questions. A little bit more complex scenarios as well. So you can search for these kinds of problems and try to solve them for practicing purposes, I'm saying. So ignore those questions for now until you know what is subquery and all that. So this question, I'm just going to copy paste this, and this time what join? Right. Supplier yes and yes dot contact name, right? It's called contact name in the supplier table, I think. Just correct me if I'm wrong. So proper understanding. So for understanding, I'm saying for repetition. Already you have so many questions with solutions. So you can even repeat these questions if you want. So go for quality rather than quantity. Don't try to solve more. And these set of questions are actually very good. Solve any real world problem. These questions, they solve real world problems. Okay, so I would concentrate more on this, these kinds of problems. Of course, those kinds of questions. So let's call this as num1. I have another table like this, num2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2. My question is just one number I want. That is, how many rows will I get? Okay, between these two tables on these two columns. How many rows? Just tell me one number. That is all. How many rows will I get? Again, I'm saying you are doing intersect. Intersect is intersection. Inner join is not intersection. This one and this one will match. This will not match. Similarly, this will not match. This will not match. These two will match. This will not match. This will not match. So 2, 2. 3 again, nothing will match except 3. Again 4, nothing will match except 4. So yes, 6 rows is the answer. Okay. So inner join is not intersection. Joining is not intersection. This is not a set operation. This is a on num2, whatever that is. Okay. So be very clear about joins. Joins is not inter. So create these two tables and check this for yourself also, whether you are getting 6 rows. Okay. So don't take my word for it. So create these two tables, perform an inner join. How many rows will I get if I do left join here? What? How many rows will I get if I do left join? See, left join, you will get all the rows of inner join plus the data in the left table. 6, right? That's all. Because some of you are saying 4, that is why. Similarly, right join, I will get all the rows of the left right table plus matching rows. Still again 6 only, right? So in this case, both inner left right or non left and right join, how much you will get? You get union distinct. If you do full outer join with union distinct, how many rows will you get? Whether these two ones will become 1 1 or will remain as 2 ones. That and find out yourself. Okay. So see what is the answer for. You create these two tables. See what answer you are getting for inner, left, right, full outer. Okay. So practice all of these. Be very clear on your concepts. So even by mistake, don't do intersection or union for joins. Joins is a different concept altogether. Do not confuse set operations with joins. Okay. Fine. Then we'll wind up. We've already taken 15 minutes extra. Fourth question. You want okay, find out which products UK is dependent on other countries for the supply. Okay, so let's solve this, no problem. This okay, UK is okay, find out asking. So what tell me your interpretation of this. For which products UK is dependent on other countries means what? Convert that to a logical statement. That's what I'm doing every time, right? Yes, so customer, don't bring customer here, just go to product. Product is coming from supplier, right? Yes, customer, supplier, yes. So customer is buying one product, supplier is selling one product. Okay. So you have to find out for which products there is not UK, right? That's it. So find out all the products where the customer is equal to UK and supplier is not equal to UK. You can use either this operator or this operator. Okay. So how can you do this? Let's write this code. This place. So what I have to do is, yes, I can join the supply. So I can bring these two together and then join this with the customer. Okay, so let me just write it. If you want to, anybody wants to do something, you can just leave. Okay, I'm just completing this, no problem. Might have had some bus train to catch somewhere. Okay, fine. So select from and the product on s dot id is equal to p dot supplier id. So let's bring all of this information. So this I will join with what? Data. I just have to do the aggregation. That is all. So I have to find out where, sorry, just filter. That is all. Where what? Yes. C, let's call this as is equal to UK and S dot country not equal to UK. Why am I not getting any answer? Maybe there is no answer. Nobody knows, right? Let's see. Let's first only try country UK. Okay. Let's try only country UK. So we are so many customers in country UK. So let's try C dot country and let's try S dot country. So you can see that all the products that UK customers are buying are in UK only. You can see that, right? See, think about this. To join, I want all the suppliers. So I'm still, and I'm just trying to, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to list all the countries and see if there is something other than UK coming up. There is nothing coming up, you can see. So there is UK is not dependent on any country for the products. That is all. Let me add p.id also. So these are all the different product IDs. All the customers are in UK only. All the customers are also in UK. All the suppliers are also in UK. Just check this answer, okay? Maybe, see, maybe my mistake is we have to find the people who bought this product, right? Not from the same country. So what we can try is, instead of using country, we can try, one thing I like to try is on p.id. Is there any way to connect which products this customer bought? Then you have to do all the joins basically. There is no shortcut to this problem. You do all the 5 joins. Start from customer, this. So what I will do, so select from, so tell me all product join. This is P, this is yes. On O dot, okay, O dot ID is equal to OI dot order, okay, order ID. Yeah, on is here. So sometimes there is no shortcut. You have to do all the joins. On OI dot product. So I've done only inner join. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we get some answer. Where? Which line? Okay, I forgot to give alias. Okay. Okay, we have got all this information. C dot country and see UK. This customer is buying from. See, buying from some other country. Yes, Brazil. Okay, so there is no shortcut to this. And S dot country not equal to UK. And we need only products, right? So how about I just give distance depending on other countries for supplying. Okay, let me just also say C dot country and S dot country. So you can see customer country is UK, supplier country is Brazil, some other country. Okay, yes. So we are finishing off with all the 5 tables being joined. That is all. So whenever you approach a problem, write the condition. That is all. That will do. If you have any doubts, ask me. Which one? There is one more question. I'll just copy all of this. Section 3 until I don't know what I did before that. Check this. I might have written something in between here and there. So just check this, okay? Because I went back and forth and I wrote certain things in certain questions. So just check the validity of the answers. Okay. Anything else? Nothing, right? Okay. So you can also ask for, you can see if you want, you can try for somebody, some other faculty for this DBMS too also, right? So you can get somebody else's perspective. So if you want, you get a different understanding. So something like that. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I will not take or something. No. I'm just saying that you can try somebody else. Maybe you will get a different point.